Morning, Charles.
Good morning, Susie. How are you?
Good. How you doing today?
Feeling unpassively blessed as always.
I love when you say that. I got to rename myself to show that I'm in the USA.
Oh, that's right.
Who's joining us today?
I know I arranged for Dr. Melda to be here every Saturday.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
and if she cannot make it, she should let me know. So I did not hear from her, so I'm assuming she's gonna be here.
Okay. Great. I have the chat on. And geez, we have 95 people already. Welcome, everybody. It's, it's a little chilly here today, Charles. There's a little frost on my pumpkin.
Well, yeah, that's why I've got my coffee, keep me warm.
Yeah, no kidding. I had to put a coat on my dog this morning. She got groomed the other day and she needed it.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
welcome, everybody. You're going to be doing the presentation today, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Love when you do
I would
that.
try to do that.
You'll try. You're not going to try, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So,
I'll try to tell them my story.
Yes, you're telling them your story. Exactly.
That's right.
So, welcome, everybody. I'm Susie McCrae, and I'm here in Amherst, Massachusetts, in the United States. And this is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar, where you've been invited to hear a presentation about a business called OnPassive. I am a proud global founder of OnPassive, so is Charles. There'll be some people in the chat that are also founders who have invited their guests here today. And the good part is you're gonna hear Charles' story today. And if you catch a glimpse of it, you are going to want to jump on board because it's an opportunity for you to become a founder. I see Daryl Cook is saying a big hello from Adirondack Mountains. Yes, I bet it's chilly up there. I bet there was frost on your pumpkin this morning, Daryl. Roy McPhail is here. How are you? Rajonda, Gary Ellers. I'm trying to go through. Shanu, hello. Charles Bellendorf, hi there. Kathy Knight is saying hello. Yes, we'll see you at the top where our ears will pop. Serge. Gary is here from Cambodia. Hello, Gary. I said hello, but didn't see Cambodia, so hello. Yeah, Shanu is laughing at me. Rajendra Sharma. Happy Diwali, yes. We have a Galaxy A31 from India. Hi there. Peter is with us in Canada. Hello, Peter. And yes, Roy McPhail, love to see you, Roy. Farhana is saying good morning. Ashok Sharma, hello. M. Kaylee from Canada. Hi there. Yes, we said hello to Daryl. Augustin Flores, how are you? Sam, hi. Jeff from the Bahamas. Good morning. Yes, Daryl says you bet. Yeah. The one good thing about it having a frost is I think it kills a lot of the ticks. So even though my dog's on some tick chewables, it's good to not worry about that anymore. Hi, Avinash Joshi, how are you? Tularam Gowala, how are you? Enno is here from Germany. Oldenburg, Germany. Well, welcome. Paul Raynark is in the house from Montana. Onatin Shivali, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Ganesh is saying hello. Avinash has been with us as a founder. Welcome. As you will see, we have guests and we also have founders in the chat. Nagaragu Mecca from Telangana. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Javonia is saying good morning. Ali, hello. Pamela, that's one I can pronounce. Pamela, hello. Lighton Das, how are you? I think maybe from Bangladesh. Avinash Hoshi is here. Bridget Nikamsi is here. Hello. Okay. Wow, a lot of the same people there. Good, good. Well, welcome everybody. Linda's here from Tennessee. Hello, Linda. Today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar. So you're in for a treat, you guess, because you're going to get a presentation by Charles Osong today. And, you know, I've been invited to things in the past, and maybe other people have, and I always kind of feel like, oh boy, what are they going to try to sell me? Well, that's not what we're about. We don't try to convince, we don't pester, we don't pressure. We don't need any more founders. But we still have an opportunity to share this, and that opportunity, the window of that opportunity to become a founding member of OnPassive is closing very quickly. We are here on our own time. We volunteer our time to help let you understand about this business and your opportunity to become a founding member. That's what today is all about. Today is about our guests. So someone has invited you to hear about it. So during the presentation, I will be closing down the chat so you can focus on what Charles' story that he's going to share with you. And then after that, we will be opening up the chat and bringing people on that are guests who have questions, because today is for our guests. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. All of you returning here, welcome. If you look in the chat, you're going to see all people from across the globe, because OnPassive is a legal and registered company in over 200 countries across the globe. So we have guests here from everywhere, and we also have founders with us today on the webinar as attendees, because they're here to support the guests they've invited. Because what you're going to learn today is, in order to, if you jump on board as a founder, which we truly believe that you will, you need to get back to the person who invited you. Because the only way to become a founder of this company is through invitation. So how cool is that? We're not going to be here today with a clock counting down and asking you to pull out your credit card. That's not how this works. You're going to learn how this works. You're going to get back to the person who invited you, and they are going to get you on board as a founding member. I mean, what a great, great position to be in with this company. The other thing to keep in mind is, if you're a guest and you're watching this, you don't need to know everything about online. You don't need to understand business. You don't need to understand marketing or anything like that. This business was made to be inclusive of everybody. You don't really need any experience. So throughout the presentation, if you might hear some words or some terminology that you're not familiar with, that's okay. Go with the flow. I know when I joined as a founder, it will be almost 2 years. I joined in January of 2020. All I saw was 4 bullet points posted in a women's entrepreneur group. I was looking at ways to build my direct sales business. And right away, those 4 bullets grabbed my attention. I jumped on board and then continued my learning process. And boy, am I so glad that I saw that post. And you should be glad that someone took the time to invite you today to hear about this business. So let's say hi to a few more people. John Varilla, yes. Thank you very much for saying that, John. You're reminding me about that. Yes, today is our guest webinar. And although we do have founders in attendance, the questions today are just for our guests only. So I will be asking you, if you come on, if you are a guest or a founder. You see, on Mondays, we have a private webinar for founders only, where you can come on and get your questions answered. There's also various ways you can get your questions answered. So if you are a founder, please refrain from any dialogue in the chat that refers to our private information, proprietary information, or questions that can wait until Monday, because this is about our guest today. Hi, Ken Gada. How are you? He's here from India. Ola Q Kwai is here. Ola from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Well, hello. Robinson is saying hello. Manok Kumar is saying hello. I'm going to scroll up. Rose. It wouldn't be a webinar without Rose here from South Africa. Banuth Kunai is saying hello, ma'am. Hi there. Elizabeth Leary is saying hello from the UK. Happy Diwali. Yes, Diwali is a festival in India that they're celebrating. I believe it was on Thursday, but it's continuing the celebration. John is here from Branson, Montana. I believe that's MO. I know most of my states, but not all the abbreviations. There she is, Tanya from Montenegro. Hello, Tanya. Amit is here. How are you doing? Yes, you all will be able to ask questions after this presentation. But the other good thing, you're going to hear me repeat myself. So those of you who have heard it over and over and over again, hang on one second. I'll be right back. I got to listen to a message. Okay, if you knew what I just listened to, you'd be cracking up. Marty, you knew I had to mute myself to listen to that message. And God, do I love you, Marty. You crack me up. Okay, so like I was saying, you're going to hear me repeat myself quite a bit today, but that's okay. If you've been here, give me a little grace. Yeah, Marty says he did it on purpose. Thank you, Marty. I just may play that with you singing to me. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so welcome everybody. We're going to get started in about 7 minutes. So today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar, where you've been invited to hear about a business called OnPassive. My name is Susie McCray. I'm here from Amherst, Massachusetts in the United States. So welcome everybody. If you're raising your hands, please lower them. We're not going to be doing that function right now. I'd appreciate it. So I am a proud global founder for this company called OnPassive, and you're here today. You're going to hear about this business. You're going to have a presentation. So during the presentation, I will be closing down the chat so that you can listen and hear the information and the story about OnPassive that Charles is going to tell. And then afterwards, we will open up to the Q&A, and I will give you instructions on how that's going to work. Keep in mind that today is a guest webinar. And what does that mean? That means it's all about our guests. We also have founders on this webinar today, on the panel and also in the chat. So founders are here to support the guests that they've invited and to support us, the people who are doing this webinar. But today is about our guests. So please, founders, refrain from asking any founder questions, refrain from putting things in the chat, asking questions. Today is just the first stepping stone for our guests to understand what OnPassive is about, and it's for them today. And we will, after the presentation, I'll turn the chat back on, and we will go into the Q&A that way. We have Mike Ellis with us today too. Welcome, Mike. He'll be showing his face, I'm sure, soon. Hi, I'm Mirthlin from Miami. How are you? Ruben Nolt is saying happy Saturday. Hello. For those of you joining us, you'll see in the chat that there are people from all over the globe. That's because OnPassive is all over the globe. We are a global company that's legal and registered in over 200 countries, and we are in the process of launching to the globe. So you're here at the right time in the right place to have an opportunity to become a founder for this company. I mean, how great is that? the only way that you can become a founder, though, is to get back to the person who invited you. And we will say that over and over and over again today, because you need to get back to them, and they will have a registration link for you to sign up. And we're going to go through those details today about the cost of that, the value you're going to get, and the opportunity to become a founder. We truly believe that after you listen to today's presentation, you're going to get back to the person that invited you, because the window of opportunity is closing. And we're not saying that to scare you or anything. We're saying it because we're transparent. That's the truth. There he is, Mike Ellis. Good to see you. I bet it's a little chilly where you are. You have your vest on today.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Susie?
Good. You missed it. I said there was frost on my pumpkin this morning. That's for sure.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
And in Colorado, it's a beautiful day, but tomorrow we could have 3 foot of snow. Who knows?
That's right. It's in the high 40s here today. Tomorrow will be in the 50s, but beautiful sunshine.
Yeah.
So doing a little leaf blowing today after this.
Never ending.
Yeah. Well, good to see you, Mike. Glad to have you here.
You too, Susie.
Yep. Yeah, as you see, people who are in attendance today, we are on the panel today to help answer your questions and to give you some insight into this business. Now, whether you've been online before, whether you understand online marketing, whether you know a lot or you don't know anything, guess what? You're in great shape, because this business was designed and created for all of us to be successful. And we are being very transparent about that. I mean, how great is that? My parents are in their 90s and they're founders, and they are thrilled about the opportunity to be part of a revolutionary company that is doing things differently than anyone has ever done. And it's so inclusive of people. We don't need any more founders. Keep that in mind. We do not need any more founders. But you were invited today because we still have a small window of time to get people who catch the vision and want to jump on board as founders. So how great is that? So the way it's going to run, in a couple minutes, I'll introduce our first speaker, and then we will get this presentation going. During the presentation, I will be closing the chat so that there's no distractions. And then after the presentation, I'll be back on to help facilitate the Q&A. So if you are a founder here today, that's great. We love having you. But the Q&A in the chat and the Q&A bringing people on the panel is for our guests. So I will be screening you before we bring you on to see that you are a guest. We have our own private webinar on Monday where you can ask founder questions, which a lot of those questions have private information that we're not allowed to share in a public forum. So that's why we're doing this. The chat should always be positive, welcoming our guests, and that's how we're going to run it. So right now I'm going to close up the chat, and I think we may be ready. Charles, if you want to start the recording, I'll introduce Marty and we'll get this webinar going.
Recording in progress.
Hey everyone, I'm Susie McCray. I'm a proud global founder of OnPassive, and today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar where you've been invited by someone to learn about a business called OnPassive. You're going to hear a presentation today, and then after, I will be back to open up the Q&A for our guests. So welcome everybody, sit back, listen in. Our first speaker is Marty DeGarmo. He comes to us from New Jersey in the United States, and Marty spent the first 17 plus years of his career as a project manager, traveling the globe, working in the corporate world. Then after that, in the last 15 plus years, he got into online marketing, network marketing, and he has a wealth of knowledge and a lot of wisdom about that arena. And he's going to tell you a little bit today about how he heard about OnPassive and why he decided to jump on board as a founder. So sit back and enjoy, and I will be back for the Q&A.
Fantastic, Susie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry I texted you a song instead of just texting, but
That's okay. I enjoyed it.
right. Hello, everybody. November 6th, you believe that? I know I can't. Anyway, you were invited here to hear about a business plan. If you've been online any time at all, month, 2 months, 10 years, you've heard many. There's one thing I'm going to guarantee today, and you mark my word on it, you're going to hear something you've never heard before, that's for sure. I think I have a good reason to say that. I've been online for 17 years, like Susie said, and I got online not to play around. I actually got online in 2004 to create an income, a walk-away income. I didn't want, extra income. I actually wanted to make enough where it would set me free. And I know of people that did very, very well, millions of dollars. So I thought, well, if they could do it, I could do it too. I didn't realize what I didn't know, right? There was a lot of things I didn't know that I need to know, but you don't know until you get there, right? So I can't remember what business the first one is. It doesn't matter. I was in hundreds. But it was the same thing over and over. I got in and I was a pretty good student in these things. People say you need to do this and that and this and that. And I did everything I was supposed to do, I thought. But it always seemed like, because what would happen is I'm getting momentum, whatever momentum you could get. The end of those 30 days, guess what? You owe a auto ship. So now I pay for the auto ship. Doesn't matter what the product is, whatever. I'm not putting anything down. So I bought something. Have to buy something to even stay in the business. You have to buy something. That's what keeps the company going. Even if you see, there's two things here. If you can market, that keeps the business going. If you can't market, you got to buy something because that way money's still flowing. Got it. Understood. So I did that. So the first 30 days, guess what? I'm minus. I am not making money. So far, it's costing me money. Then they say make a list, talk to everybody you know, talk to your friends and family. I did that many, many times, to the point where if I go to my family now, they're hiding in the closet, jumping under the bed. Oh my God, here comes Marty again. And I always wanted, no joke, this wasn't about trying to get over. I believed in everything I did at the time. I thought, well, this is it. But as time went on, and it was a long time, 4, 5, 6 years, I realized there was one of the most important things, not the only, but one of the most important things was that I didn't know how to drive traffic. Once you run out of your friends and family, 20, 30, whatever it is, got a big family, 50, let's say, you're done. Right? You're done. Oh, you're going to the book, who you went to school with and all that. You don't know them, right? You don't even remember you, some of them. But after I did that, I went, man, I got to do something different. So then you go to, I'm going to buy leads. All right, buy them. Well, here's what happens with buying leads. And this is fact. This isn't my opinion. You guys have done it. I'm going to tell you, this hurts. You're buying leads that have been used 100 times, maybe 500 times. So by the time you call John Smith, he's been called before. So he's not happy. Hey, I got something I want to, I got something I want to give you too, right? Click. So that goes on and on and on. It's very discouraging. I understand now when people hear about a business, they cringe, especially if it's online. Somebody's trying to call me while I'm doing this. This is something new. This happens every time. Anyway, so we move on down the list, and another month goes by, another year goes by, and you're losing money and losing money. Now I'm like, I got to find something just to get my money back. I forget about making money. I'm trying to get caught up. About 7, 8 years into it, I realized I got to learn how to drive traffic myself. And I mean traffic, targeted traffic. They have to be targeted to what I'm selling. That's another fiasco completely. And everybody out there, you can, no matter what the gurus tell you, it's easy. Just know if it was easy, you know, there wouldn't only be 2-3% of people making money online. It's not easy. Numbers don't lie. And the fact is, the numbers show 100% that a high percentage, they say 97. It's more like 98, 98.5 of the people online don't make any money. And I'm not talking about break even. That's not making money. You broke even before you started. I'm talking about making money. It's probably, you're lucky if it's 1.5%, 2%. No joke. So I said, well, I got to find out something. I'm not going to keep doing this. I did it long enough already. So I learned how to market with, I did Twitter, I did Instagram, Facebook. Facebook was a monster to try to figure out. I've done it for years, right? Then I get all that done. I meet Mike Ellis, who's here at Dan Street. He couldn't make it tonight. And we formed a team. The team was great because Mike could do stuff I had no idea. I wasn't any good at it. And Dan was really good at stuff, and he had money. He hates when I say that. But he was the banker, right? You try something, it costs you money, and you're going to see Charles Osong is going to explain all this very simple so you really understand it. He'll break it down, you'll get it. And then if you're not interested, God bless you, I don't get it. If you're looking to make money online, when he's done, you'll get it. But anyway, so got together with Mike, and we learned how to drive traffic. Mike did what he did. Dan did what he did. Mike could do video. Oh, we're unbelievable. So guess what happened? 10 years ago, we say, well, can we build a team? Yep. Hundreds, thousands, big teams. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But guess what? Now I'm talking to Marty, me, 10 years ago. Guess what he knows? He knows what I knew 10 years ago. Nothing. Well, I go, just do what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing. I'll just go market on Facebook, go get your own leads, go. And I'm like, wait, he's not going to be able to do that. I'll try to help him. So you help 3 or 4 people, and guess what? Now you got 3 or 4 people know semi. They're still paying money. They're trying to learn how to market. So now you're going another month, 2 months, a year, trying to get people and help them. Guess how many we can help? If you really tried. 5, 10. If you help 5 or 10 do what you're doing, you're not making any money. And neither are they. Something's got to give. There's got to be something different. Unless you can shovel fast enough and you don't care about human beings. We could have put our head down, blinders on, just plow through people, bring them in faster than they quit. And if you can do that, which I think we could have, just plow through people like they're numbers and don't focus on Johnny and Fred and Mary and Susie and Harry and Larry. Just plow. You can make money. If you want to be heartless, I couldn't do it. Mike couldn't do it. Dan couldn't do it. I said, there's got to be something better. Was I dreaming? Yeah, I thought I was. I thought there's anything like that. I've been on 17 years. Everybody's pitching something to me. I didn't mean to make this story longer, but I got to finish it now. So I ran into somebody I knew for a couple of years, and I trusted him. It had nothing to do with being a guru and all that. I trusted him. And I saw he was doing something. So I asked him, what are you doing? And he told me about this business. And I asked very simple questions because I found out complicated. It's not complicated, it's simple. Answer these questions for me and I'll say yes or no. Are the products in high demand? Yes. Digital. Wow. Even better. Sold by billions of dollars a year. Nice. Is there an auto ship? No. You pay one time out of your pocket, you're done. Whoa. Can everybody make money? Yeah, it's automated, 100% hands-free. Boom, I'm in. I paid the money. Wait till you find out what that is. I don't want to ruin the punchline. Charles will do that. I've been in, and 2.5 years later, it's the best thing I ever did. I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. Osong, the gentleman here. He's an expert in IT, and he's going to break it down by telling you his story. And his story is relevant with this whole system because the system is about IT. And he's got 30 years experience. He can do it all in about 30 minutes, where I would take 30 days. So let's focus on what he has to say. And when he's done, I want to say this out in the open. Keep in your mind, whatever he says, it's 100% automated. You're in, you win. And if you want a copy of this webinar, I'll send it to you, and I'll put my email in the chat. After it's over, Mike Ellis is your expert, Susie expert. So any questions that the new people have, raise your hand. And if you are a founder, put your hand back down. We're not talking to you today. We love them, but we have another place for that. Anyway, let me turn it over to one of the experts in this business, one of the best of the best, and my friend, Charles Osong.
Thank you very much, Maddie. I was enjoying listening to you. I almost thought, oh, why don't you just keep going? Wow. Thanks also to Susie. Always good to have great minds around you. Mike Ellis is here. I feel comfortable. I feel like I am in good hands, right? So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Founders, you're welcome back. And guests, special welcome. Like Maddie said, my name is Charles Osong, and today you are here for a treat because I will be telling you my story. I will be giving you a presentation, really, about a once-in-a-lifetime kind of business. And I do that by telling you my story, okay? Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. So I'm going to be telling you that truth. Been in the United States for over 36 years now. During that time, I've worked like everybody else. I had a job, just over broke. Okay, by the time you pay your bills, you're broke again. Fortunately for me, I've worked mostly in the IT industry, which is a well-paying industry, also very broad. But I've been in almost every part of the business, every part of that industry. So I consider myself a generalized specialist. However, at the same time, I've looked for ways to make extra money. Why? Because I have a big family in the United States, outside of the United States, that I feel like I need to support every now and then. So in that process, while looking for extra money, I ran into the works of one of the wealthiest gentlemen on earth, Mr. Warren Buffett, who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That resonated with me. So every night before going to sleep, I'm asking myself, am I making money or am I not making money? And if I'm not making money, I just don't sleep very well. Okay? So one good day, just almost 5 years ago, I tendered my resignation for corporate America. I recall a colleague of mine looking at me and going, Charles, you must be very fortunate. You must have saved up so much money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I've been working for over 30 years, 30, and I've not been able to save up the kind of money that I would like. So there's got to be a better way. I also recall Robert Einstein saying, you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That is his definition of insanity. Believe it or not, I agreed with him. And that is why I resigned from corporate America. I got myself an office space in Greenbelt in the state of Maryland, for those of you who are familiar with the US. And just close to 3 years ago, a trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, you're going to take a look at this. This is going to blow your mind away. And just so you know, prior to retiring or prior to resigning from corporate America, I was studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is this: you bring them an opportunity, they will take a look at it inside out before making an informed decision. I pretended to be one of them that day. So I told my friend, indeed, I'm going to take a look at this opportunity, but I do have 3 questions for you. Prerequisites. Question number 1. With this opportunity that you are bringing to me today, if I do not recruit, if I cannot sell to even one person, am I going to make money? And when I say money, I mean real money, okay? Not chop change. I mean, I've been blessed enough to see chop change. I'm talking about enough money to give me financial freedom. Now, if you recall, I had time freedom because I was no longer working. But I was still looking for financial freedom. Very elusive, but I'm looking. Because when you have those 2, time and financial freedom, then you can say I have total freedom. So I asked my friend that day, with this opportunity, if I cannot recruit, if I cannot sell to even one person, because like Maddie just said earlier, less than 2% can sell. That's why less than 2% make money. If I cannot sell, am I going to be able to make that kind of money to give me time, to give me the financial freedom that I so badly need? And then he said to me, Charles, believe me, you will be able to make enough money to leave a legacy to your children, your children's children, and beyond. That sounded like music to my ears. And I said to him, let's go to question number 2. Will I have to come out of pocket every month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it authorship. Will I have to pay a monthly authorship? He said to me, nope, Charles, once this company launches, so in other words, the company was still in pre-launch. And he said, once this company launches, you're going to have to come out of pocket once, and that's it. I was beginning to like that. I was beginning to like this story. And I said to him, let's go to the 3rd and final question. The last, but certainly not the least. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, we need on a daily basis. Think about your cell phone. Think about internet access, Wi-Fi. Without cell phone these days, guess what? Life is miserable. Without Wi-Fi, internet access, life is miserable. You're not going to die, you'll just be uncomfortable. So I asked my friend that day, and by the way, when you see companies go out of business, believe me, it's because products do not have viability. So I know a lot of you guys have been in businesses and they go out of business. Guess what? Go back, take a look. No viable products. So when I asked my friend that day, do they have viable products? And he said to me, Charles, you have an extensive IT background. Go take a look. You should understand them better than me. So I did. I went, took a look, came back to him, and I said to him, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we're going to have an internet quake. We're going to have a shake-up of the internet. But I also said to him, we're going to have to wait some time, maybe 5 years, maybe more. And he didn't like that because he's like all of us who like to make money now, who like instant gratification. And he said to me, Charles, why would you say that? I said, listen, you told me to take a look at the products, and I did. And I think I understand what they're doing. They are using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. Now, AI, my friends, is a disruptive technology. What do I mean by that? One that comes every once in a while, and it'll change the way we do things. We have no choice, like the internet. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. So for those of you who are familiar with software development, you agree with me. That is time consuming. And that is why I told my friend, we are going to have to wait. We are going to have to fasten our seatbelts and just wait. Enjoy the roller coaster. But I also told him, I don't care how long we have to wait. I want to be part of this company right now. I had something we call FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life, and I wasn't going to miss out on this one. Not for any length of time, and not at any cost. So I asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company today? And I was thinking, he's going to give me some huge amount of money, $20,000, maybe more. And believe it or not, I was ready. In the United States, thankfully, we do not need cash. All we need is plastics, credit cards. And I had a few of those in my pocket. But my friend looked up at me and said to me, Charles, guess what? All you're going to need is $97. $97. Needless to say, I was flabbergasted. I could not believe him. And I said to him, stop playing with me. And he said, I'm dead serious. I said, okay, well, here's my card. Put it on there. By the time we were done, it had cost me just $102. So yes, there is a $5 fee that the banks will charge you when you use credit and or debit card. Big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I do not have 5 years or more to be monitoring this business. Please do me a favor. Call me, text me, email me, do whatever it takes. Get me informed when they are closer to launch so that I can get more involved. And he said, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? And I said, why not? 1 week later, I hop on the call, and there was Mr. Ash Mofara. Mr. Ash Mofara is the founder and CEO of this company. Mr. Ash Mofara, for those of us who have been founders for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you, he will help us make tons of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. My dear friends, there are so many geniuses out there. You have Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. All of these guys have the brains. They have the brains. But do they have the heart? I'll leave that for you to answer. As you come to join us, you will find out. Our CEO, not only does he have the brains, but he has it here. He has a heart. And that is why most of us leaders, we resonate with him so well. But mind you, I was listening to Mr. Mofara for the very first time. And I hop on the webinar and he comes on and he says, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. We are closer to launch more than ever before. Now that statement, I have to admit, got me confused, got me thinking. Whom is he kidding? It was just 8 months earlier, I told my friend, we are going to be waiting for 5 years or more. All of a sudden, this dude is saying we are closer to launch more than ever before. Well, guess what? I started listening very keenly. And then he went on. We have gone to Bangalore in India. For those of you who are familiar with India, that's like Silicon Valley. We've hired 2 floors in a high-rise building. Now, if you look behind me, you're going to see a building that says OnPassive. This building is in High-Tech City. It is in Hyderabad. This building was leased by OnPassive December of 2020. At the time I'm talking to you, or he was talking to us, this building, Mr. Mofara had gone to Bangalore, took 2 floors in a high-rise building, and he went on. We have hired 200 engineers, and these engineers are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So in my head, I'm thinking most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know, because I have been part of a few of those. Mr. Mofara went to Bangalore, to India. Okay, he went to the source. For those of you who are familiar with IT, you would agree with me that Indians are the best in the game. And he did not get 20 or 25 engineers. No, he got 200 of them. And these guys were not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. Nope. These guys were working around the clock, taking turns, working in shifts to make sure this baby is born. So now in my head, I'm beginning to think, with this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to do in 2 or 3 years what is scheduled to take 5 or 6 years. So my belief factor goes up, and I'm listening keenly. And he went on. Some of us, founding members, we have been unethical. We've been doing some things that we don't want. So we're going to come up with a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA for short. When you see those NDAs, sign them up, because it is the only way you can benefit from this great opportunity. 2 months later, he called up another meeting and he said, folks, the NDAs are out. Go sign them up. I went back, took a look at this long document, and I can assure you, I am not an attorney. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But by the time I was done reading that document, it occurred to me that this is that time. I told my friend, yes, contact me, call me, text me, email me. I look back at the time, money, energy spent from the time I joined up until then. And I said to myself, I have got to roll up my sleeves. I've got to get involved. I've got to be part of this history in the making. And I called up a few friends to my office and I said, my friends, something is about to happen. There's about to be an internet quake, and we want to be part of this. We're about to change mankind, and we're going to have to spread the word. What's the best way to make sure people listen, people hear us? And those who have ears, if you're here and you're a guest today, you can listen. I'm doing my part. If you don't, I don't care. I've done my part. It's up to you. Okay? My friends and I would decided we are going to do it through Zoom. Thanks to technology. With Zoom, all you need is a smart device, a smartphone, a laptop, an iPad, doesn't matter. You need data. For those of you in Africa, that's what you call it. You need data, internet access. By the time you have those two, you are fine. You are on. So what is this company I'm talking about? OnPassive, again, is behind me. You can see it. And that name was not given by chance. This is a passive opportunity. And what does that mean? That means you come in as a founder. When this company launches, you come up with one small amount of money. I'm going to let my friend Mike Ellis tell you about that amount later. And you are done. You can fold your arms. And the engineers, the staff of OnPassive, they are going to work on your behalf. All you have to do is sit down and watch your bank account grow. So our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, that I told you, he has a master's in e-commerce. He went back to Harvard, studied online businesses. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, AI, that disruptive technology I told you about. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. What is traffic, my friends? Traffic is the reason you and I can dream today. Traffic is so important. We're going to spend a couple of minutes talking about it. It is the most fundamental element in any business. It doesn't matter whether that business is online or offline. But I do know most of us have an age. We are more used to offline businesses. So let's start there. Say you have a business offline, and it doesn't matter what kind of business. It can be a car dealership, it can be a barber shop, a hair salon, it doesn't matter. But let's just assume that you have a restaurant, and I have the same exact restaurant. And I only choose restaurant because I love food, and I know every one of us has to eat at some point in time. So you have that restaurant, and I have the same exact restaurant. Same kind of food, same chef, same name. The only difference, location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant is located in a back alley. It is hidden. Well, guess what? Your restaurant is going to fare way better than mine. And here's why. People are going to come to this shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, their nail, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to the shopping mall. Eventually, they will get hungry. Look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, they're going to have to know that it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what then is traffic? The people, the customers coming in and out of your business. It is that simple. What about traffic online? But before I go there, I want to say this. In this digital day and age, if you have a business offline like the restaurant I just mentioned, you better get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you are going to be smoked by your competition. But what is online business? My friends, if you have a business online, people need to click on it in order for you to make a sale. So traffic online is simply clicks. The more the clicks, the more the sales. Without the clicks, no sales. So we have companies online, individuals online, making a killing, like Google, for example. And what they do? Send customers, send traffic to businesses online. And then we have something called targeted traffic. Even better. Say you go online looking for something, and it doesn't matter what it is. But let's just say you're looking for a TV. And someone comes behind you and says, why don't you go to charlesoson.com? And the moment you get there, all you see are TVs. All kinds of TVs. All shapes, all colors, all prices. Chances of you buying, very high. Now, that is targeted traffic. Why? Because someone sent you to a store that is carrying and offering what you're looking for. Our founder and CEO, Mr. Mo Farah, is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. And that is why I told you guys earlier, because of traffic, we can dream. He proved himself. Upon graduation, he got involved with several businesses, drove traffic to them, drove customers, affiliates to them. Yes, he did make some millions doing that, and these companies made a killing too. But unfortunately, most of them went out of business. Why? Remember I told you guys, without viable products, every business online is a time bomb. It's just a matter of time before it falls. So Mr. Mo Farah and his family, notably his wife, are going to come together and say, listen, we need to stop sending people to businesses that will eventually go out. We are going to start our own. We're going to have legitimate, viable digital services. We're going to have founding members, you and I. We're going to drive traffic to them. They will make money. We shall make money. And everybody is happy. That is the birth of OnPassive, my friends. So just over 3 years ago, and that is very important. Over 3 years ago, there was no pandemic. There was no COVID-19. These guys were just visionaries. Mr. Mo Farah and his friends, they're going to sit down and say, hey, we are starting our own business. We have close to 8 billion people on earth. And statistics show that at any point in time, 7 million of those people are online doing something. Now think about it. 7 million over 3 years ago. What could that be today? A whole lot more. But let's focus on those 7 million people. That's a lot. What are they looking for? What kind of services do they need so that we can provide them? Well, some of us online, we're doing online banking. I know that. I do that sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And I know some of you do that too. And when we do these things, there are businesses online, individuals online that monetize on our services. And these guys are going to say, you know what? We have AI at the back of our hands. We can do that too, even better. Some of us online, we are on our favorite social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We are sending texts, photos to family members, friends, colleagues, classmates. Guess what that is called? Community. We are using some services called community. And these guys are going to say, you know what? With AI, we're going to have our own community. Better and bigger. As a matter of fact, if you join us now, you're going to see we have a community of way over 1 million founders and growing by the minute. Some of us online, we're doing e-commerce, drop shipping, bulk emailing, email marketing. If you don't know, there are people online making 6 and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. So these guys are going to say, you know what? We have AI. We're going to do it better. Autoresponder, better. All of these things better using AI. Some of us online, we are video conferencing, like you and I, okay? If you can see me, or you can hear me, or both, It means you went to Zoom, typed in some ID, and there you are. Believe it or not, the founders of Zoom, Eric Yuan and his folks, making serious money on us as we speak. And Zoom is not the only one. Okay, we have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, we have Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of more than 25 of those making serious money, especially since the advent of the pandemic. But Zoom is the most popular. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long. Those of us who have been founders for some time, we have had a sneak peek of our own very own Connect. It is clearer, faster, more secured, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. My friend Mike Ellis always says, at a lower price point. But let's focus on Zoom today because it is still their day for a very short time. Okay, let's focus on Zoom. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging about 10 million participants daily. 2020, April 2020, same company took a statistic. That number had risen to over 300 million participants a day. Think about that for a moment. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came out with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. Would you guys know why? Ever since the pandemic, virtualization has hit sky high. Every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. Pastors, men of God, women of God, having virtual Bible services, virtual weddings. The world is going virtual, and OnPassive is simply going to help us monetize. Let's talk about another virtual service, VPN, Virtual Private Network. What is that? It's a fancy name, my friends. It's a fancy name for a tunnel. A tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of hackers, without fear of bad guys. Ever since the pandemic, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Facebook, Microsoft, Google, even the federal government, all asking employees to work from home. What does that mean? That means somebody, somewhere, is monetizing on those services. And these guys are OnPassive, and they say, you know what? We have AI at the back of our hands. We're going to start our own VPN service. Super, super smart, more scalable, more secure, end-to-end encrypted. And above all, guess what? More affordable. I can assure you, when OnPassive launches, the big players in this space, the VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will know. Now let's talk about another service, search engine optimization, SEO. That sounds like a mouthful, right? What is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. We know of, for those of us Apple enthusiasts, Safari. And everybody should know of Google. It has become a household name. How do this make money? One of the ways Google makes money, guess what they call it? Pay-per-click. I know most of us don't know, and frankly, most of us don't even care. But guess what? Let me tell you, because your OnPassive is going to help us using SEO, so we can make money too. You go to Google today to search for something, and it can be anything. Okay, it can be a watch, a phone, doesn't matter. But let's say it's a camera, and that's only because I do market cameras through Google. Okay, you search for camera, a bunch of them are going to pop up. One of them from my store. Well, you click on that camera, you don't have to purchase, right? You just costed me money. Google says you market an item through us, and the customers comes looking for that item. We are going to optimize the search bring your item to the top. Why not? You've paid us. Okay? And that's why they call it search engine optimization. The moment the customers have eyeballs, they see it, our job is done. They're going to charge me, they bill my credit card that they have on their file. And believe it or not, I'm a very small business person, almost insignificant online, and I'm paying Google about $400 every month, average. I'm paying Microsoft too. Why? Bill Gates bought over a company called Bing, revamped it, and people like us have to pay him every month. I'm paying a company called GoDaddy for what? DNS, domain name service. Everything, every company, every business online has to have a domain name. And what is that? When you hear xxx.com, xxx.info.net, that is a domain name. And there are billions of companies online which need domain names. So companies that are servicing domain names like GoDaddy, they are making a killing. Guess what? OnPassive, using AI, is going to make us money through domain names as well. It's going to make us money through search engine optimization. Believe me, when OnPassive launches, these players in this space, they are going to know there is a new kid on the block. My friends, what am I doing? Or what have I been doing? All I'm doing, I'm explaining to you the products, the services that OnPassive is putting together. The ones we can relate to. Because guess what? Over 50 different digital services OnPassive is putting together. We have e-learning, okay? We have all kinds of, we have tracking applications, everything in one place, under one roof, one umbrella. In IT, we call it single sign-on. And here's a big word for you to take home today: integrated. No company on earth has ever succeeded in integrating these services. And OnPassive, we are 99% there. My friends, that is value. I told you guys earlier, with OnPassive, you do not have to recruit. You do not have to sell to even one person to make money, serious money. With OnPassive, you do not have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill, some ownership. And above all, with OnPassive, we have the most legitimate, viable digital services in this day and age. I can assure you, you will be hard pressed to find a company that has all three of this in one place. And if you do, any one of us on this panel today, we will be glad to be your first customer. That is value, my friends. Now, what is it going to cost you today to become a founder in OnPassive? I told you guys what it costed me when my friend came to me. What is it going to cost you today? I'm going to let my friend, trusted friend, very eloquent presenter, Mr. Mike Ellis, who has been with this company for more than 2.5 years. He understands this business inside out. He understands online businesses. He's going to tell you, my friends, what it'll cost you or what it'll take for you to be part of us, for you to be one of us. Take it over, Mike.
Yeah, no, thanks, Charles. And obviously another great presentation, and the people that listen, they're just in. So how do we come in? How do we become a founder, and how much does it cost? Well, Charles talked about $97. Well, amazingly enough, today, it's still $97. And as you come in and become a founding member, it is a very, very easy process. You get back with the individual that invited you to this webinar, because on Passive, in order to come in, you have to be invited in. And you go to the individual that brought you here, get a registration link from them, and then you can sign up and become a founder. It's very, very simple. You get the registration, you fill it out, you'll get a confirmation and be able to go into your back office. When you go there, the first thing that's going to come up is pay. And there are a couple of ways to pay. The best way to pay is with a credit card. A $97, $5 charge, $102. That's the quickest way to become a founder. There are other ways there, crypto and some other ways to pay, but we recommend the credit card. Once you you pay for your founder membership, again, you'll log back in, and what will come up is an NDA. And Charles talked about this. Really, really important that you sign the NDA. You can go ahead and read it. There's a lot of legal ease there. But it's to protect the company and it's to protect you. A very, very good thing to do. But you need to sign it for OnPassive in order for OnPassive to go to work for you, for all of us. So you can read through it, go on down below. There are two boxes you have to check there. You'll check them. And then there'll be another box where you can do a digital signature. Once you do that, you click OK. And then you'll be able to get into the back office, the founder's back office. As you come in and you're able to get into the founder's back office, continue to explore OnPassive. There is so much to learn about OnPassive. They are a massive corporation right now. And as you come in and learn more about OnPassive, it's just going to get better and better and better. So you're in a really, really unique position to take advantage of OnPassive, to get them going to work for you, and obviously take care of that bottom line, giving you the opportunity to build a residual income online. And when you can do that, you can build wealth online. So come on in, become a founding member. Again, get back with the individual that brought you here. They will give you the registration. And from there, you're good to go. I'm going to turn it over to Susie. She's going to tell the new people that are here how to come in and ask questions. And obviously, there are no stupid questions for our new members. And again, this is for new members, not founders. And Susie will walk you through that. And again, all this is easy, guys. This is really, really relaxed. Don't feel pressured or intimidated. Come on in, ask your questions. And between the group that's here, we can answer just about anything you ask. Susie, go ahead and take it.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike, for explaining about how people get in. A wonderful presentation, Charles. It's you always give very, very good detail that's easy to understand. And of course, I always love listening to Marty kick these off. So welcome, everyone. I opened up the chat again, and there's a couple ways that we can do the Q&A for our guests only. If you are a guest here today and you have a question, you can go down and type it in the chat if you'd like, or you can raise your hand. There's a little icon where you can raise your hand. I can see if your hand is raised. And then what I will do is I will promote you onto the panel. So your screen will change and you will have to approve that you're going to be promoted as a panelist. And guess what? You can come on the screen live. We can see you, talk to you, and answer your questions. If you're shy or you're in a position where you cannot come onto the screen, we understand that. So you can ask your questions in the chat. Keep in mind, if you are a founder and you ask a question or you come on, we're going to excuse you and have you come back on Monday because today is about our guests. The other thing to keep in mind is there was a lot of information here today, a lot to digest. So what we recommend is if you want a copy of today's presentation, do not put your email in the chat. What you can do is you can email onpassivenation@gmail.com. And I know Marty will continue to put that down in the chat for everyone, and I'll type it in as well. So there is a question here. I'm going to scroll through. Sometimes it's difficult talking and reading, but King Alarm is at what time can we withdraw our profit in OnPassive after launch? So maybe Mike, you want to talk about when people can withdraw once we have the official launch. That would be great.
Yeah, once we go into the global launch and you've paid your subscription fee, which is going to be between $200 and $300, and you're active in OnPassive, as the money comes in, you can take that money out anytime you want, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, whatever you want to do. OnPassive will never take that money from you. It will always be in your account. So when you take it out is really up to you. There is no criteria of the timing. I know Ash Mufareh, as he talks to us, he tells everybody when the money comes in, and this is a really nice thing to hear, when the money comes in, take it out. He wants you to take it out, put it into your bank account. He doesn't want you to leave a ton of money in your wallet in your back office. So yeah, anytime. Charles, anything else, or did that cover it?
That covered it, Mike. You said it all.
You got it, Mike. And then it's either Lois or Louise Amadalo. Is it like a contract that it's renewable. I can explain that a little bit. Basically, the $97 is to become a founder that you pay once out of pocket, and that locks you into the company's pay structure. And then once we launch to the globe, you'll activate your account. Like we said, it's going to be between $200 or $300. And at that point, you pay out of pocket again. Then the next month, when that subscription is due, it comes out of your profit. So I don't think the word contract is what it's going to be. It's more that you're going to be signing terms and agreements and a non-disclosure agreement to be a founder. And then when we do launch globally, you'll be signed up again. There'll probably be other terms and conditions. But the great part is, what I love about it is you do not have to come out of pocket. It comes out of your profit. And we are very, very optimistic that people will be gaining commissions right away. I'm going to bring a few people on that have their hands up now.
Just real quick, Susie, as we launch to the world, pay the subscription fee, we all become independent resellers of the IT product. That's our title. And don't let that scare you. You're still not going to have to sell, share, or do any of those things. But OnPassive has to have that title for us in order to pay us, and it has to do with the regulators. So as we come in, we become independent resellers of the IT products of OnPassive. It's a lot like going to work for another company and you're a commission sales individual. You're an independent contractor. That will be our title. Hopefully that helped a little bit.
Yes, thank you. People are saying thank you. Great presentation. The people who had their hand raised came on and then declined. That's okay if you're a guest. And there are some questions in here that are founder questions, so I'm going to ignore those. People trying to change their names. Okay, Victor. I'm not understanding your question. The $97 for registration, what need in OnPassive does it go solve? Victor, if you could either raise your hand, which I see your hand is raised, I'm going to promote you to a panelist and see if you want to come on and ask your question. Just looking through, if you guys happen to see anything that I'm missing. It doesn't look like. If we've missed your questions. Okay, here comes Victor. Victor, if you would like to unmute yourself and turn on your video, that would be great. At least unmute yourself and ask your question. While we're waiting for Victor, we have Ken. Hi, I came in late when I signed up. Do I need to bring in others in order to start making money? And what is the advantage of bringing in others? Not sure if we want to answer that right now.
Yeah, that's a founder's question. Come on Monday and we'll answer it, and we'll give you as much time as you need. But that's a founder's question.
Yes. Yeah, there's other founder questions in here. Okay, so Victor, let's get to you and we'll go back to the chat in a minute. Hi, Victor. Are you a guest today? Hi, Victor. Victor, we can't hear you. Maybe if you shut off your video, Victor. Sorry, Victor. There you go. Victor, can you try speaking again?
You have to, there you go.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Susie,
you're
are you there?
Yes. Are you a founder or are you a guest today?
This is my very first time.
Okay, well, welcome. Welcome. We're having a hard time. We're having a hard time hearing you, Victor.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes. What's your question, Victor?
Okay. This $97 registration. It doesn't make somebody.
We're having, Victor, we're having trouble hearing you, so maybe you
Okay,
can
so
type your
I think I heard
question.
what he was trying to
Charles?
ask. So let me respond to him, and then he's asking if the $97 make you a shareholder. So
Okay.
no, $97 just give you a special privilege from the rest of the world. So you become a founder. It's like skin in the game, right? It makes you a founder with OnPassive. It gives you the ability to participate in the pre-launch, in the process, the build up to the launch, okay? And you can build a team if you want to. But whether or not you have a team, you're gonna still earn enough income, right? So we are not shareholders. We do not plan to go to the stock market ever, okay? And that is a good thing, because guess what? If Mufara had decided to take it there, you and I will not even have a chance to be here, right? But he knows he has different plans. He wants to help all of us. He wants to help the world. And that's why it makes it so low. So we are not shareholders. Something bad happens to the company, like someone takes them to court or something, you and I don't have to worry about it. It shields us from all of that. But we do share in the
Exactly.
profits. How big is that? Okay, so that's what it is.
That's big. Thank you, Charles. We do have someone asking a question. It's their first time here. They're asking, in what countries is the organization registered? So either Charles or Mike, if you want to respond to that, and then I'll take the next question I see in the chat.
Yeah, we're we're registered in a lot of countries. We're in over 200 countries right now, and you can go to Florida, you can go to India, you can go to Bangladesh. There are a lot of companies that we're registered in, but we're legal in all 200 countries. And you know, some of these countries you don't have to register. You can go to Apple. Apple can sell around the world, but I'll guarantee you Apple is not registered in every little nook and cranny around the world. That's not how it works. So Ash and his team have taken care of the legal issues that we have to deal with every country in the world. And we are a global company today. We can be anywhere, everywhere. And Ash and his legal team have taken care of that. So that's really not an issue.
Okay, thank you for explaining that, Mike. We do have another question in the chat. Are we paying activation fee from commission? No. As a founder, you pay the $97 to get locked in. And then when we have the global launch, this is a business, and we are all required to pay out of pocket our first month activation fee. After that, every month thereafter, that monthly fee will come out of your commission. You see, that monthly fee is paying OnPassive to do the work for us. That's what I love about this. I don't have to manage customers. I don't have to manage technical support or customer support. They go to work for us, and it's paid out of our commission. It's a brilliant business model that has never been seen before, and it's something you'll never see in your lifetime. We have Partha is on the panel. Partha, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question, and I'll keep looking in the chat here. Hi, Partha. Are you a guest today?
Yeah, ma'am. A very good afternoon. A very good
Hi
evening.
there.
Sorry. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hi to Mrs. Susie and to Charles and Mike as well. It's a very good evening, afternoon. What you say, because it's India and you are almost. I think it's USA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, ma'am, it's a question is that a few days back when Mr. Ash Mubarak is on.
Okay.
Pata, apparently you're a founder, and we don't want to release proprietary information here. So you come back on Monday, Pata, okay, and we will be glad to talk to you, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Please, as a reminder, if you're a guest, it means you're here for the first time or maybe the second time looking at OnPassive. And if you have a question, that's what we're here to answer. I see founder questions in the chat. Please refrain from that. It's not appropriate because this is a public guest webinar. So please respect the guests today and all of us as panelists here who are filtering through all of these questions to answer our guest
Okay.
questions. because-
Somebody said, how often do we pay activation fees? So let's think about that for a moment. Activation, what does that mean? You activate. You get it on. Well, you don't activate more than once, right? You activate once and you must activate, because if you don't activate, it is not active, right? So you activate once, and after that, the remainder of the subscription will be paid out of your commission, okay? It is paid every month out of your commission. Just wanted to clarify
Exactly.
that.
Thank you. Someone's asking about the age, okay, which is a common question we get. So it depends what the legal age in your country is to own a business. So in the United States, it's 18 years old. There are people who have got purchased founding positions for people under 18 years old, and they're going to manage them until that person turns 18. There's a lot of people who've gotten them for their children, grandchildren, nieces, nephew, whatnot. And then at the time that that person is of the legal age, there will be a way to transfer that business to that person. So you need to check in your country, okay? Someone's asking if the NDA signature in a different language, will it be any problem? No, that won't be a problem. Do we have any hard launch date, global launch? No, but it will be soon. I don't see any other questions. I may have missed some. I'm going to bring somebody on who has their hand raised, see if they accept the invitation. I don't know if there's any other I've missed in here as I'm scrolling through. If you would like, okay, they declined, so we're good with that. If you would like a copy of today's webinar, you can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. There's some more questions coming in that look more like founder questions, Charles and Mike. We have one more person with their hand raised. We'll try them, and if not, people are asking income, Okay, we do have someone joining us. Okay, LN in the chat, onpassive.com. They're asking, please, if possible, share your domain name website. You can go to onpassive.com and you will see the products and services of OnPassive. There's FAQ there, frequently asked questions. There's also videos about our products. And you can see people are typing it in the chat. Thank you. Okay, so we have SK Samir. SK, if you could unmute yourself. You're on the panel. SK Samir, S-A-M-I-R. If you could unmute yourself, you can go down to the microphone and if it's red, click on it and it will turn it green. Okay, I think SK is being a little shy. I'll try one more hand that's raised. Okay.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Like we have an early day. Every once in a while, I get an early day.
Okay. All right. So everybody, thank you for joining us today. Keep in mind that to get back to the person who invited you, to get their registration link so that, now he's connecting to audio. SK, are you there? No, we keep losing them. That's okay. Okay. Everyone, if you're a guest and you like what you heard today, which I don't know how you can't, and if you catch even a glimpse of what we have to offer for OnPassive, then I highly recommend that you get back to the person who invited you and they will get you hooked up with their registration link. Jump on board, and then You will have access to our back office with our private webinars that have been recorded. You will have more access to join us on our private webinars. We have one on Monday, as Charles said, in the afternoon, where we have a panel who comes on, and founders are welcome to come and ask any questions that they may have. The other great thing we do is, you've heard this explanation, you're like, geez, how do I explain this to someone that I'd like to bring in? Well, we do these Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time, that you can send your friends to. You can also request a copy of this presentation. Marty will create a YouTube link and he will email it to you. You just need to send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, and then you can share that link with others so that they can understand the business as well. So Charles, if you want to wrap it up, that would be great. And if you do
Sure.
have questions that weren't answered, get back to the person who invited you, because they'll be able to answer them, or they'll reach out to one of us and we'll help answer them. So in the essence of time, you can do that, okay?
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Charles.
Susie. Thank you
Yep.
so very much. You do such a great, marvelous job with us ever.
Oh, thank you.
Don't know what we would do without Susie.
Oh, well, I don't know what I'd do without you guys. We're a team
Right.
here.
Exactly. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
That's right.
Okay. So, guys, if you are a guest, I just want to say this. Remember, I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but there is your $97 is refundable. In other words, you become a founder, you look at the opportunity, you have 30 days. 30 days. You don't like what you see or hear, just say, I want my money back, and you get it. Now, Richard Branson, the first billionaire to go to space, said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, say yes, and then learn about it later. Now, this is that opportunity. And it's even better than that because of the refund policy. Okay? Now, here's what I was going to tell you. You decide to come in today because, believe it or not, very soon you won't be able to come in as a founder. And I mean it. And I mean really soon. Okay? We're not going to tell you how soon, but we know that very soon. Okay? And we have an idea. So believe us when we say that. You come in, you pay the $97 today, tomorrow, Monday before 2 p.m. You hop on the Founders Only webinar where we have our roundtable for founders only. And we're going to talk about the launching process. We're going to talk about where we are, how soon are we about to launch, all of that good stuff. Okay? That is important. Some of the things are proprietary. That is why we can't say them here. Okay? So jump on board and I will see you on Monday. We shall see you on Monday. For
That's
those of you
right.
who are founders already, guess what? We shall meet at the very top where our ears are going to pop. Okay? And we'll start that from Monday. You guys have a great weekend and we'll see you all on Monday. All right?
Yes,
Love you.
thank you,
Okay.
everyone. And just to let you know, we had over 500 people here today on this webinar. So get back to that person who invited you and take advantage of this opportunity because the window is closing very soon. Okay, thank you,
All right.
everybody. Have a great
All right.
day.